Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this webinar session. I am Andrew, and I'm very thrilled to introduce to all of you Microsoft mobile apps, productivity on the go. Now, Microsoft has been working very hard at the background in improving and empowering Microsoft Office products for fast-moving professionals of today. With powerful um, applications, mobile applications available for iOS and Android, you can access all your files from your mobile phones, tablets, and so on, giving you the best technology for all your productivity and also your communication needs. You have file storage and sharings, which is available in OneDrive with 1 terabyte of space. Yeah, and also you can do email and calendaring on the go from your mobile phones, and you be rest assured that all your informations are well protected with mobile data protection. Yeah, right. So let us begin with some of Microsoft's mobile apps available today in your Play Store or in your App Store. Yeah. Right. So let us begin with Microsoft Word. So Microsoft Word application lets you create, edit, view, and share your files with others quickly and also easily. Yeah. It also lets you view and edit your Office documents attached to emails with Word. With Word, your Office moves with you. So you can open your documents from your OneDrive, from your Google Drive, from your Dropbox, you know. So it's basically a very open based environment in mobile apps, Microsoft Word here. Then comes Excel. The powerful Excel spreadsheet lets you view and also edit workbooks attached to your email messages. Um, Now, work in accounting and also in auditing, finance, or other fields with anyone. It makes it even more easier because with Excel Mobile, you will be able to do editing. You'll be able to change information that you want on the fly. Probably do your what do you call this graphs on the fly. It's pretty much easy, and you don't really need to be in the office environment to do this, because you can use your Wi-Fi or your mobile plans, you know, to get this working. Yeah, of course. With PowerPoint, it lets you make a lasting impression with powerful and also with customizable presentations that make you stand out. You can create and you can present with confidence from anywhere. You can make a very delightful and also very impactful presentation, and it's very easy to do it, uh, regardless if you're doing it on your laptop or even on your mobile phone. More so on your mobile phone, because whatever features you see in your laptop is more or less available in your mobile phone as well, right? And you can also customize, you can also collaborate with others in real time as well. So these are some of the features and functions available for the mobile apps for Office 365. Yeah. So so these are some of the extra features of on your phones and tablets with Office 365. You have track and review for Word. You have you can insert page and section breaks. Yeah. So we will as we go on into the demo, I will do my best to show you most of these features and functions available, where to find them, how to use them, and so on and so forth. Okay. Right. Now comes another great feature called the Microsoft Outlook. So in Microsoft Outlook, you can easily add all your accounts that is required. You can use your Gmail account to add, your Outlook.com account to add, even your company state accounts into your Microsoft Outlook. Yeah, and you can easily archive or even schedule any emails that you want by just swiping left or swiping right from your inbox itself. And you can also reply on the go. You can just choose your reply or reply all, and then you can just type in whatever messages you want and just submit across. You can also search for a whole list of your your colleagues and employees, and you can also see what are their schedules like, what are the upcoming schedules like, what kind of files they have been sharing with you, and so on and so forth, all from one single point of screen in your mobile phone. And of course, you can also stay on track by setting up your calendars and everything. It's pretty versatile. It's pretty easy to use this in Microsoft Outlook. Okay, now I would like to also introduce to you a very interesting feature called Microsoft Kaizala. Now, Microsoft Kaizala is a new mobile app that makes it easy to communicate and get work done out in the field. Now, with Kaizala, you have access to the tools you need to stay informed and also be efficient. Kaizala makes it very easy to get announcements from the main office, send feedbacks via polls or surveys, or simply chat with others on a one-to-one or in a group. Um, Public groups let you send feedbacks or report issues to the organizations and you want to connect with. You can respond to task assignments with just a few taps. You can still stay on top of your work by sorting the jobs assigned to you. Yeah, so you can communicate, you can send feedbacks, you can assign tasks, or you can see the task that's been assigned to you. You can chat one-to-one or in a group, and you can also share your location, share your files, and so on and so forth in Microsoft Kaizala. Right, so we'll be doing this as a demo piece. Yeah, right. Let us now do a little bit of live demo. So I'm going to connect myself to my mobile phone, and from my mobile phone, I'm going to show you a couple of features in Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, as well as Microsoft Kaizala. Yeah. Right. So just hang on a second. Let me just switch to my phone. Right. So this is my mobile phone. Yep. So as you can see, these are all the files that I have in all my applications that I have in my what do you call this in my mobile phone. So I'm going to open up Microsoft Word. So when I open up Microsoft Word, you'll be able to see a couple of information. As you can see there, I've got a couple of files in there. Right. So from here, I will be able to example choose open. So when I choose open, I have a choice. I've got two drives. One is my OneDrive, and the other one is my what do you call it? SharePoint. So as you can see, it's trying to fetch all my files for me, and so now I'm going to open up my files from my OneDrive. So I'm going to choose OneDrive over here, and you notice that I've got a couple of folders available already. So I'm just going to choose productivity on the go, and I'm going to choose a particular file here called a simple write-up. So I'm going to choose that file. So it's going to open up the file for me, and there you go. Now, as you can see, it's pretty easy to read this particular file, right? It's quite easy. Now, what you're looking at is known as the mobile view. Now, you can also switch this to your print view. All you have to do is just turn off this button up here, and it shows you a print view. Now, it's pretty difficult. So if you want to view in detail, you can pinch open or whatever. But since you're on a mobile phone, you can always turn on your mobile view. So there you go. So it's pretty easy to use it. So now I'm going to do a little bit of editing here. So I'm just going to choose the edit button, and probably I'm going to sort of like highlight processing. Okay, so as you can see, when you double click on the word processing, it opens up this particular bar for you. Now from here, you can cut, you can copy, you can paste, you can do many things inside here. You see that? So many features are available. So I'm going to double click on processing. I'm going to choose, for example, a smart lookup. It will immediately jump to a particular to open up my smart lookup page. It says Wikipedia. Now from here, it actually tells you what is the meaning of smart lookup. Is basically another way of looking for computer performance and so on and so forth. So it's pretty versatile. So anything which you're not too sure of, you just have to double click. Example, entertainment. Sorry, just entertainment. Choose smart lookup, and it'll tell you what kind of information you can find for in smart lookup. So it's very informative. It's very useful to work. So Microsoft has put in a lot of thoughts into all this to bring the best for you to work on the go, on the fly. Yeah, right. So let me just probably show you a couple of things from the menu bar itself. So as you can see at the bottom here, there is a menu bar. So I have a toggle button here. If you click on the home button, I'll be able to see a couple of other menus. I can choose insert, I can choose draw, and each one of them has different features. You see this? Right? You see all of them has different features here. So example, if I'm choosing home, I'll be able to see a couple of other features in here. You see this? Right. Now, as you can see on my screen, if you look at this particular paragraph, there's a lot of space in between you. So I like to remove them. So I'm going to highlight, let's say, probably a couple of lines here like this. Then I'm going to sort of like go to my paragraph formatting, right? And then I'm going to say remove space after my paragraphs, okay? And probably I'm going to say line spacing is probably 1, and there you go. As you can see, it removes whatever space that's there in between, right? And you can see the difference now. You see that? Right. Yeah. Okay. Now you can also insert tables. It's pretty easy to insert tables actually. You just have to go to home, choose insert, choose a table, right? And then your tables are basically inserted. Then from here you can what do you call this? Change the sizing of your table. You can delete whatever columns you don't need, and so on and so forth, right? So if you don't need a particular table, you can always highlight probably a couple of rows here like this. Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah. So a couple of rows there, and then you can delete off the table. There you go. You see. So since I already have a table, I can start to type in some information that I need. I can just probably hang on. Turn on my. Okay, there you go. Right. So I'm going to type in, let's say, apples. You see that? So I can double click on this and probably change the size of the font. So I'm going to change the size of my font here from 13. I'm going to change this to maybe 9, example, right? And probably going to give a bold there, right? So it's pretty easy. And I'm going to put in some numbers. So just double click on that. And probably I'm going to type in, let's say, 300. For quarter 1, maybe for quarter 4 is 400, 600, and 700. There you go. You see that? So it's very easy. So then if you want to, you can highlight the whole thing over here. You can choose your home screen, change the size again to probably 8 maybe. There you go. And you can also bold it if you want to. You want to change the font type. You got a couple of font types. If you notice, it's very easy to play around in your mobile phone, in Microsoft Word in mobile phone, right? So it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty easy to use, and there are many other features in here. Example, one of the other features I'd like to share with you is the layout. As you can see under layout, there's a couple of different layouts. You can choose the margin. You see, it's pretty much neat. You can choose whatever margins is required. You can also choose custom margins if you want to. Also, there is orientation. You can choose a portrait, landscape. You can also choose the size of your paper. You've got letter, legal, A4. So it's like as though you're working on a PC, you know. But the informations here are basically very mobile based. Yeah. You have columns. There you go. You've got size. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. And many others. All right. So then you can also do a review example. So what I'm going to do now here is I'm going to probably put a statement. I'm going to just put a new comment. All right. I'm going to just type in here to check example. Right. So I'm just say done. So if you notice there is a review button. So now from here I can reject. I can add new reviews. I can sort of like what do you call this? Check for new reviews. You see this, right? So if let's say I would like to maybe approve the review example or add a new one example, so I just put here check here as well example, right? So now from here probably I would like to check. Okay, so it's sort of like look for me for this particular review. If I don't want it, I can always remove it. You see, it removes it. You see, so it's pretty easy to play around in Microsoft Word mobile phone. Yeah. Okay, so I really hope that this was a useful feature. You probably will need to spend some time running through all the features available here. It's pretty much standard. If you've been using Microsoft Word on your desktop, this is a no-brainer to you because it's most of the features and functions are pretty much similar as in your desktop itself. Yeah. Right. Now there is no need for you to actually do a save as well because it's automatically saved. You can always probably give a different name. If you notice the word saved is already there for you. You can always choose and probably give a different name if you want to. You see, it's that easy actually. Yeah. Right. Okay. Good. So that is how you use Microsoft Word in your mobile phone. So I'm going to close this, and I'm going to switch my. I'm going to now switch to Microsoft Excel. Right, so I'm going to choose a file here called Fruit Sales for 2018. Now, before I go there, I would like to also probably choose Open. And in here, I would like to also bring attention to a Browse button here. As you can see here, you can browse and you can choose a couple of folders that's available. You can use your Google, you can use your whatever that is available in your that you have your files located into here. So you can get it connected, and you can also open up your files from that angle as well. Right. So for the purpose of this demo, I'm going to use my OneDrive. I'm going to choose OneDrive here. I'm still going to open up my productivity on the go, and I'm choosing my Excel sample file. Okay, so let's wait for the file to be opened. So if you're in an environment where you have a bit of a challenged network environment, you'll notice that the what you call it, the opening of the file is slightly more slower, but it will eventually be available for you. Yeah. Okay. Let me just probably try to cancel this, and let me try once again. Yeah. Okay. Hold on, please. Let's clear the whole thing. Open once again. Okay. Try once. Okay. There you go. So of course you get a home screen button. I'm just saying no thanks. Right. So this is your Excel file. As you can see, it's pretty much a neatly done here. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to if I double click on the first icon there, I will be able to type this information that I want and then just say proceed. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to I'm going to show you some features here. Okay, let me just okay, there you go. Now I'm going to choose this whole column. So all I have to do is just press this icon here, and this whole column is selected. You see this? Now I have another two more icons here where I can shrink. I can fit to the particular column, or I can fit to the particular row. Now example like this one here, I'm going to sort of like um, hang on. Okay, so I'm going to sort of like choose. Yeah. Okay. Hang on. Hold on, please. Okay, there you go. So I'm going to choose this whole column, and I'm going to fit to my columns. You see this? You notice that the column size has shrunk, all right? And while we are at that, I can also do a filter. If I can choose this guy here, I'm going to open up my home, insert. Um, I'm going to choose a filter. Where's my filter? Hang on a second. There you go. I'm going to choose filter, and I'm going to say filter items. Example, I just want to choose oranges, and I'll say done. So it just picks up oranges for me. See this? So I can probably choose apples, mangoes. I can do a couple of stuff and it shows me that. So it's very easy to filter off what is really needed. Yeah, right. Okay, so that is how you filter your documents, your Excel file. Yeah, you can just, you can always undo this if you've accidentally done it. You can always choose and what do you call this, yeah, okay, there you go. So that's basically how you do your filter. Yeah, okay, good. Now if I like to probably do a calculate, I would like to calculate this whole column at one go. You can highlight this whole section here like this, and go to my auto sum. There's a sum function here, you see this, right? I'll choose my sum, and there you go. You see, it's faster to calculate in this manner. And probably I would like to also change the currency. I will just go to my formulas over here, and I'll look for, sorry, I'll look for my insert. Okay, so I'm going to go to number format. Yes, number format. I'm going to choose my currency, and I'm going to sort of like look for, hang on, number format, currency. I'm going to choose my accounting. um, there you go. So it changes the currency to the default currency. You can change it back by going to your currency settings here. You can choose a couple of, there's a lot of symbols here, so you can choose more symbols and just scroll all the way down to look for example Ringgit Malaysia. Yeah, okay, there you go. So I'm going to choose Ringgit Malaysia, and that's it. It has changed for me. You see this? Right. So you can also reduce the what do you call it, the decimals. You can just reduce the decimals in this manner. It's pretty easy to reduce them. Um, and yeah, so that's quite easy to do. Right. And now if let's say if I like to put in a let's say a chart, right? So it's quite easy to do a chart actually. All you have to do is when you go to insert, you'll be able to see a function here called recommended. So when you choose recommended, it will show you a couple of charts available. You see this? Right. So I'm going to choose, I'm going to click on items here, and I'm going to choose this chart. Right. And you notice the chart is automatically available for you. You see this? It's very easy. And the beauty of this is, if I were to choose my layout, I only can see the layouts in this manner, you see. Right, if I want it to be the other way around, let's say vertical, sorry, horizontal, I just have to swipe my screen in this manner, and you'll notice that my slide has changed position. Yeah, so I can always choose columns, right? You see this? You can choose whatever is needed, and I also have a new, I also have a what do you call this? I can change my slide into this manner if I want to. Yeah, there you go. This is very easy. Yeah. So if I don't need a particular slide, I can always delete off the slide, and there you go. So if I turn my handphone back to its normal position, then it will follow back to this position. Yeah, there you go. Right. So it's pretty easy to actually play around in what do you call this, in Microsoft Excel, and oops, sorry. Um, Okay. So it's very easy to use um, the information that is required in Microsoft Excel. Yeah. Now, other than the information I just showed you, um, you can also do things like if you choose view example, right? Now, inside of view, you have this feature called freeze panes. Freeze panes, is the one where you can freeze your top and your bottom. So if you choose freeze pane, you can see freeze pane top row, first column, and so on and so forth. You see this? So when you scroll, you notice that the column is frozen up there. You see this? Right. So you can always freeze um, panes example. Okay. So yeah. So if you need to sort of like freeze the first column, and there you go, you see. So it's pretty easy to freeze. Yeah, so that's basically how you do your freeze panes. Other than that, there are, you can also insert things like, for example, pictures. You can put in a comment. For example, I want to put a comment here, for example, just have to choose that one. I say a comment. I just say um, can what do you call it, a figure looks um, good, for example. Say done, and of course, if I click on that, I'll be able to see the information. You see this? So I can remove it if I don't want to, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So that's pretty much easy to play in Excel for mobile, right? Okay, so I hope this has been a little bit of shedding some lights on how you can use Excel mobile more efficiently and effectively in your day-to-day job when you're on the road, or probably you are in an environment where you do not have your laptop with you. So this will be a best way to work with. So you can always ask your colleagues to save your files into OneDrive, which is shareable. Then you can open the file and you can collaborate together with your office colleague. So let's say your friend were to open up, or your office colleague would open up this file, and you also open up together. You can what do you call it? Input information on the fly together. Yeah. So that's the beauty of having collaborative tools in Excel, Word, as well as PowerPoint. Yeah. So now I'm going to show you now on Microsoft PowerPoint. Right. So let me just open up Microsoft PowerPoint for you. Okay. So I'm going to choose this PowerPoint sample, and just wait for a while. There you go. Right. So as you can see, I have a couple of themes here that I can change. So I'm going to do a little bit of changing. Hang on. So I'm going to edit here. Right. So now I've got 3 slides. There you go. I'm going to choose this first slide over here, and I'm going to sort of like go to my home, choose my design example, and probably like to change my theme. Maybe I'd like to use something more nicer, maybe this one, example. So as you can see, I can change my themes on the fly. I can also add some transition effects, for example. I can probably choose, let's say, fade, right? I can also use the effect option through black, for example. And maybe I would like to also choose animation. Maybe I'll choose this one here. I will go for an animation. And maybe I'll choose the entrance will be fly in. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, right? So once I'm done with that, I can always do a slide preview, and as you can see, I can hang on a second. There you go. See that? Countries. It opens up in all this manner. Okay, that's the end of the slideshow. So it's pretty easy to use Microsoft PowerPoint um, on your mobile itself. Yeah, and of course there are most of the features that I just showed you here. As an example, like insert. You can insert videos. You can insert your pictures, shapes, many things inside, and it's pretty much similar to how you use on your what do you call this, on your laptop or your desktop. Yeah, so it's pretty easy to play around with. Yeah. Okay. Let me just show you the feature. There you go. This is the view button. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to close my PowerPoint slides. Okay, right. So the next feature I'd like to share with you is our Microsoft Outlook on the mobile phone. So as you can see, I've got my Microsoft Outlook over here, and I'm going to share with you this area. As you can see, this is the area where you can add what I call is the number of accounts that you have. In my situation, I have got 3 accounts. This is the account which is from the outlook.com. This one here is my the on Microsoft, and this one here is my email address. You see this? So I got 3 different accounts that I can use. Yeah, and in here as well, I have a couple of things. I'm choosing example archive. You'll be able to see a file that's been email that has been archived over here. Now, how do I archive my email? So if I go back to my inbox, it's pretty easy actually. If I would like to schedule this particular email, I just have to slide. You notice that it's scheduled here, isn't it? Create a schedule folder. So you need a folder to store your schedule. So if you choose folder, then it'll ask you where you want to put in your file, right? So, or if you like to sort of like archive this particular file, you just have to slide, and the file and that email is archived. So if you go to your archive here, you'll be able to see 2 entries, right? So of course, if you want this to be you want this to come back to inbox, you just choose it and you say move to folder and you choose inbox, yeah, and okay for it. So it's pretty easy to play around in your Microsoft Outlook, yeah. Okay, right. So the other thing I would like to also share with you is okay, what is this? Yeah, how to reply a particular email. Now, if let's say now I'm in inbox here and I would like to probably reply an email, maybe I'd switch my email to this, and maybe I'd like to do a reply to a, okay, let's say, okay, there you go, Raymond, right? So I'm going to reply. So I have a feature here called reply forward, all right? So when I choose a reply over here, I'll be able to just reply to Raymond. This is, so it's pretty easy to do a reply. So I can just type in whatever I want. Thank you, and I'll say send, right? Okay. So that's basically how you do a reply over your email, right? And let me just switch my email again. Okay, there you go. Right. And you can also find everything that you need. Example, I can always click on here, search. You'll be able to see a couple of people in here, right? And you notice that the files has been shared across. You see this? Right, so I'm going to choose example Jane Lee. Yeah. Okay. So from Jane Lee over here, I would like to look at all the emails that's there for her, and if I like to switch to another person, let's say me example, yeah, okay, there you go. See a couple of emails that's been sent between me and that's been sent to me, yeah, okay, and also probably from a Skype, or you can also see all contacts and so on and so forth. So if I choose this person, yeah, hang on, let me see if this person has anything. Yeah, there you go. So I've got a couple of things inside here as well. Yes, right. So that's how you do a search. Yeah. So it is a pretty easy to search for your colleagues, and you can also see what are the files that they have been sharing with you. You can, once you manage to search them, you can open up the files almost immediately from that particular screen that I've shown you. Yeah, and of course, in the Outlook client, you also have the calendar, and this is where you can keep track of all your calendar that is going on here. Now, example, I'd like to sort of like probably choose the 23rd and see what's going on the 23rd, maybe the 24th example. There you go. You see. So if there are no events, let's say on the 1st of December, I can always set an event for this. You see that? So it's very easy to create a calendar invite, maybe a calendar reminder for you, and so on and so forth. Yeah. All right. So that is some of the features that I wanted to show you on Microsoft Outlook. Yeah. Okay. Yes, the other one I'd like to share with you here is other. Now over here, you'll be able to see many other emails which are pretty general. So it appears in this location. So if you like to have these emails probably archived, you can always um, archive them in this manner. You see, it's very easy to archive. You see this? Right. Okay. So when you go back to your um, archive screen, you'll be able to see those emails has been archived here. There you go. See it? So these are some of the ways for you to play around with Microsoft Outlook, right? And of course, as all mail services, they do have spam emails. Okay, if you have spam emails, you'll see whether there are any spam emails coming in. There you go. Or you can also see if there are any emails that's been deleted. You can also see whether the emails are appearing for you. There you go. All right. So these are ways you can play around with all these functions and features. There is a settings button here where you can add the accounts that is needed. You can also set your signatures. Okay, you can change this to whatever you want. Probably you can just say here um, my email signature, example, right? So when you say per account signature, that means it's only so you can notice that you have you can change each one of them with different names if you want to. Yeah. So if you just say one, then it's only applying for all accounts will have this same name, right? If you turn this on, then you can have 3 different types of signatures. Is it? Yeah. Okay. So that's basically how you put up your signature. Of course, you can also um, capture a picture and also put it inside here if you want to. Yeah. Okay. And okay. Okay. So that's some of the features I wanted to share with you on um, in Microsoft Office Suite for mobile. We just covered Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Outlook. So now I would like to move on to Microsoft Kaizala. I'm going to close this. I'm going to open up Microsoft Kaizala for you. So in Microsoft Kaizala, there's a couple of things that we can do. If it's pretty much it's a very fresh looking environment where you can connect and communicate with first line workers. First line workers here means people like from the factories or maybe the store clerks and so on and so forth. They can log into Microsoft Kaizala by just using their phone numbers with a code, and then they are right into Microsoft Kaizala. Now in here, um, this is my information. You notice that you have this feature here called Start Message. It's pretty similar to if you've been using WhatsApp. You can spar your some of your messages, some of the important messages that you want. So as you can see, I've started some of my messages here. You click on it, then it opens up this particular screen. Yes, right. And I can also sort of like go to my chats. I can probably chat with Raymond here. Is it? Or maybe I'd like to chat in a group. So you have a group here that I can chat with. I can also create new groups. Like choose new groups here. I can type in the name of the group. 25 characters is the maximum, and then I can start to invite people into this group as well, right? So one example is I've created one particular group here. Okay, I have what do you call this? This 2 person here, Raymond and Unchi. I would like to invite more people. You can always choose invite. Maybe I can. You notice that when I share this, to the people whom I want to invite, let's say in WhatsApp example, I can choose whoever that I want. Let's say Jacqueline example, and I say send. All right. So you notice that you've got this link here. So when I just send to him or her, when she signs in, she will need to click on the link and she gets joined in. Yeah, right. So you can also send a QR code. You can share a QR code if you want to, or you can even send this code. Right. So three ways to do this sending. Yeah. Okay. Okay, you can also look for people who are using Kaizala. If you can see here, there are many people who are actually using Kaizala. You notice it says hello Kaizala and so on and so forth, right? So you just have to choose them and you can start to communicate with them. Example like Wunchi. Okay, I can just start a conversation with Wunchi, right? Um, okay, and over in Discover, I can join groups created by my organizations, or I can also find and join groups available near my current locations and so on and so forth. Yeah. So these are some of the features available in what do you call it in Microsoft Kaizala. It's pretty easy to use. It's for first line workers who needs to what do you call it get to know their tasks, get to know their communication, be able to share information on the fly with the company or with their line leaders or with their supervisors and so on and so forth. So this is a great tool to use for people who are on the ground. Yeah. So this is a useful tool to actually use. Yeah. Okay. Right. So let me just switch my screen back to my here. Right, so what's next? So what is next is actually our next webinar session is on the 6th of December. This is where we will showcase to you what is really new in Windows 10. This is where you will learn a couple of essentials and new exciting features in 10, which allows you to get the most of your out of your devices with time saving tips and tricks. Okay, so it's going to happen from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. So if you're into this area, please book a meeting room, invite all your users to attend this, and it'll be a very exciting feature for you to learn and understand better. Yeah. Right, so with that, we are coming very close to the end of our session. So what I'd like you all to do is now to fill in the feedback form. You can log into this website that's there, or you can scan this code and fill up the details in the what do you call this in the forms provided. Yeah. Okay. So while that's going on, if there are any questions that you'd like to ask, you can open the session is open now for Q&A. You may ask questions. Raymond and myself will try our best to answer all the questions available. Okay, so if there are no more questions, so with that, thank you very much for your time and for your presence. It was great. It was great to share and showcase to you the beautiful things Microsoft mobile apps can actually do for you in your day-to-day work. And I really do hope this session has helped you, as sort of like an eye-opener for you to continue using Microsoft mobile apps on your phone. And if you're not into that if you're not into mobile apps yet, my advice here is to quickly jump into this, because you can work efficiently and you can also work effectively. Yeah. So with that note, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for attending for this webinar session, and till we meet then, see you. Take care.